you're definitely planning on, although you got to win one game at a time,
right.
You don't want to show too much in case you do advance. You don't want to show too much in the film.
Yeah, you want to save a little bit in the hat if you need it. But I think anybody that's scouted Wagoner knows kind of what we do. But Coach Condon, as long as he's been coaching, always
has shield night way open, and it's a foot race to the end zone, and he is caught at about the 11-yard line. And John, he was wide open.
Wide open. Yeah, that's just a tight end up the seam route. Nothing special. Just release and get up the middle of the field, and Charbonneau hits him for a gain of about 75 yards.
It's right at the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. And I think the official count was 38 yards, I guess. From the 40, about 32 yards, I guess. 1st and goal from the 10. Here's Charbonneau, straight up the middle. And as he does every game, just keeps churning. And they're finally able to get him down. Apparently there wasn't a whistle because there's a lot of action still going on, but nothing really going forward or backward. But Charbonneau will get to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal now from the 6. This is the opening drive of the game as the Bulldogs on their 4th play of this drive. Charbonneau from the shotgun. Here's Edward. Edward trying to go up the middle, and he will get stuffed right at the 5-yard line. And the interior lineman of the Savages, John, showing some pretty good strength.
Yeah, holding strong there as we ran the ball up the middle. And we're stopped. It looks like I'm on the 4-yard line. So maybe a little play-action pass here is what I'm thinking. Fake the handoff and maybe dump it over the middle of the shield night if I was calling plays. But I am not, so I'll just keep my mouth shut and see what happens.
Either that or at the bottom of your screen, you got a one-on-one with 6'6" Whit Edwards.
Right.
I might take my chances there.
There's the play-action. And shield night over the middle. Oh, my goodness.
John, you're a little bit of fortune teller there.
I don't have any link to the coach's box over there, but that's what I would have done.
Play action, just as you called it. Shield night coming across the middle, and there really wasn't anybody around.
No, nobody was there. A lot of times a tight end will sell it. He'll block down on the defensive tackle like he's blocking, and then the corner or the safety doesn't see that and thinks it's a run, and then he just releases, and Charbonneau was able to hit him for the touchdown.
Here's the extra point attempt by number 27, Logan Bloxham. That kick is up, and it is plenty good as Bloxham steps back in on first-round playoff action. John, we've talked about him the last couple of weeks. He's shown early, but then has stepped off throughout the game. And, I was doing some asking around, and, they just wanted to keep the freshman Rhett Butler alive and keep him ready just in case something may happen. So, but
you never know. You can always re-aggravate an injury.
Right.
Anytime, any place.
So that's what has happened the last couple of games for Bloxham. There's nothing been wrong with him. He just first quarter action, maybe second quarter action, gets 2 or 3 extra points, and then has been nursing I believe a hamstring injury since about week 4, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And so it's good to see him back out on the field. And looks like we've got looks like we've got a couple of Broken Bow fans that have joined the live stream.
Awesome. Welcome.
And, we appreciate you logging on, and hopefully the FNB Nation will be kind to you. They always are when we have visitors in on our stream. It's been a while, but we appreciate everyone that logs on, whether you're a Savage fan or a Bulldog fan.
We're just glad you're here joining us on a Friday night in November.
Yeah, exactly. So here's Bloxham on the kickoff, high, short, fielded at the 4:30, and it is signaled fair catch there. John, it only took the Bulldogs 4 plays and went 70 yards in 4 plays.
Yeah, that was impressive. Really impressive. Shield Knight able to cap off that drive with the touchdown and then had the long reception over the middle. So it's good to have him back and showcasing his talents. He's probably still a little bit high on adrenaline from the announcement of going to my alma mater, University of Oklahoma. I'm glad that he did that. And he, in my opinion, he made the right choice.
So the Savages will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 30, their first possession of the game. Quarterback looking to his left, has got
He's
a man,
open.
and he is down the sidelines near first down yardage. I believe that was the back coming from the backfield on a little wheel route.
Yeah, it was a good play call with the fake pitch off to the tailback and allowed the other back to run a wheel route and get down the sidelines for a first down gain.
They're going to mark it at the just shy of the 41 for a gain of 11. 1st and 10 for the Savages from their own 41. Here's a handoff straight up the middle.
62.
And 62, as he has pretty much every game, time after time. Also number 12, 62 being Josh Davis, number 12 being Alex Shieldknight. And between those two and Bryce Steele, you've got Clough down there. You've got Keaton Cole down there. And of course Charbonneau every time there. It seems like they're in on the play.
Oh, that's forward pass.
Oh, really dangerous play there as the pressure put on again by Shieldknight and company. And that was almost kind of a shovel.
Yeah,
just
like a Patrick Mahomes
shot put.
kind of thing. Yeah, shot put. We've seen that in the pros lately, just making something happen.
Yep.
And I always say players make plays, and quarterback able to scramble away there for pickup of just only 2.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bulldogs fortunate that didn't turn into more.
They're placing it at the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the 42. Quarterback from the shotgun. Here's looking for a pass.
Pressure.
And that is incomplete. And who was that? Was that Williams? I think that was, no, DJ Pierce, I believe, number 20.
Yeah, 20
on the backside.
On the pressure.
John, I think that he might have even hit the quarterback before he actually got the ball away and made the inerrant pass.
Right. Yeah, the pass was thrown behind him due to the hit from Mr. Pierce coming in on the corner. He was untouched as he had a clear shot on the quarterback. All right, let's field this punt, Bulldogs. Let's catch it in the air, and let's take it to the house.
I believe that's number 11, Trace. No, that's Swanson back to return the punt, but he will not have a chance as it goes out of bounds. Good to see Swanson back on the punt return.
Right. It is good to have him back. We've got some really talented athletes here at Wagoner, and it's good to have that tradition of guys stepping up and filling these special teams roles and really being key players in the offense, the defense, the special teams. So anxious to see here what the Bulldogs do on their second possession of the game as we take over on the Bulldog 36-yard line.
8:04 left in this first quarter. Wagoner 7, Savages 0. Looks like we're talking about what ball we're going to use.
Right. Well, each team has their own ball that they provide. So I'm not sure what the confusion is.
And here we go. 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 36-yard line. Charbonneau from the shotgun. And that is going to... Interesting.
You're supposed to go in motion when you do that.
No flag on the play, so we're going to continue to play. Here's Charbonneau. Pressure put on. He brings it down and is tackled, tripped up, and gets to the 38-yard line. And an interesting non-call there.
Yeah, it was interesting. I thought we were busted, but the referees didn't think so. So 2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs after Charbonneau is able to pick up a couple on the scramble.
As the comments start rolling in, Ashley and Jeff Thorne. Jeff is a 91 grad from Wagoner High School, and he and his wife are watching from California tonight. Here's a quick hit to Edwards. Edwards looking for a little bit more room, and he'll get to midfield and across midfield as his receivers. And John, many times that we've seen, their receivers are not ashamed, and they're not hesitant to block for each other on those screens. Yeah,
it's just a quick hitter on the side. We've seen it I don't know how many times this year. And yeah, once that pass is thrown, you got to have at least 1 or 2 blocks to spring the play, and then that results in Bulldog first down. So here we go. We're at midfield right here on the 50. For those of you right in front of Mr. Haddock here on the camera.
Charbonneau from the shotgun. He's
Plenty
looking
going
way
deep.
downfield.
Oh my gosh. Let's call that. Yeah, let's call that.
That was looked to be well over Swanson's head, and but back judge was right there.
Yeah.
And threw the flag, and we're going to have some pass interference on the Savages.
And I think at this level, there's no uncatchable ball. So I mean, even though that was thrown 15 yards over his head, pass interference is pass interference, whether it's catchable or not. You can't. Ball's in the air. You cannot tackle or knock down the opponent.
So Marla watching Trace. We've gotten to know Marla over the last several weeks. She's in Nebraska, and she plans on being here the 30th, which would be the state championship game. A lot of football to play, and hopefully, if you're a Bulldog fan, we'll be still playing. Here's Charbonneau.
Uh-oh.
And flags coming in on the back judge and already already have given the number and the signal to the sidelines for Wagoner, so we're going to have holding 10-yard penalty coming back to back against Wagoner.
Yeah, it must have been pretty evident when you see two referees from opposite ends of the field, one from the north end, one from the south end, both throwing flags in that general direction. So we'll have to regroup here, and that'll bring up a 1st and 20 for the Bulldogs.
Chad, I see you. Chad watching from Porham, America. Chad Mann, a classmate of mine of 94. Appreciate him and his family logging on from the big metropolis of Porham. Here's Charbonneau from the shotgun. Pressure put on. He finds Trace Thornton. Thornton makes a move and gets across the 35 to about the 34-yard line. And John, outside of the connection to Shield Knights on the previous drive, the front three of the Savages put pretty good pressure on Charbonneau.
They did, and he was able. Usually the quarterback, all you need is about 2 seconds to get rid of that ball. Maybe sometimes 3, but you don't have a lot of time because you do have defenders coming in. But looks like they have the 3-man rush unless they're blitzing or stunning. So we've got 5 on their 3.
Charbonneau looking for a quick hit on, I think that was Thornton, and there was a lot of real estate in front of him.
Yeah, it just unfortunately Charbonneau didn't get enough mustard on that dog and it was a little short. So he had to drop down to catch it before it hit the turf. But that'll bring up a 3rd and a long 9.
The ball is at the 34-yard line, 5:35 left in this first quarter. Charbonneau from the shotgun with Edward in the backfield. He's got trips to the top. It's a one-on-one with Edwards on the bottom of your screen. He goes right to that little
Shield Knight.
That Shield Knight down the sidelines, and he'll pick up the first down. And Shield Knight is going to be tough to bring down just by himself, but when he's got blockers in front, good luck.
Yeah, he's a big old boy, and he gets that train moving north and south. And north in this case, that's a hard man to bring down. It's also an interesting setup there is we had trips to the short side of the field, which is interesting, and then just ran that quick screen to Shield Knight on the side. And he was able to get up the sidelines, pick up a first down.
1st and 10 Bulldogs from the 23-yard line of the Savages. This is Trenton Edward in motion. Here's a hit to Edwards, and Edwards at a little bit, about 2 yards shy of another first down, as right now the Bulldogs moving the ball at will.
We are moving the ball. So we're mixing up now the run and the pass, what I like to see. A lot of just myself, I like 50-50. 50% run, 50% pass.
Gabe Alsop watching from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Gabe is about a 2022 grad, just within the last year or two. Appreciate him logging on. And here is Avon Goodland trying to race to that corner, but good pursuit by the Savage defense.
That's number 15 for the Savages. See if I can get his number.
5:02 left in this first quarter, as Goodland picks up first down yardage to stop the clock.
It's like Corey Nocum on the tackle for the Savages. Good one-on-one tackle there.
Good pursuit, but Goodland was still able to pick up the first down. 1st and 10 from the 11. As the clock begins to roll again, we're at 4:40 in this first quarter. Here's Charbonneau over the right side, puts his shoulder down across the 5 to almost the 3-yard line. And, John, it really doesn't matter whether it's a lineman or a linebacker. If you're in the secondary, you probably just grab onto a leg and hope that somebody comes and helps you.
Yeah, number 3, the one that made the tackle there, he was the last one up, unfortunately, on that play. And he's the one that Charbonneau lowered the shoulder into. So even though he's a quarterback, he still delivers quite a blow.
They've got him at 6 foot 215, and probably about 180 of that are in his legs.
Oh, fumble. Fumble on the snap. Oh, Jeremy, we're fortunate there because Charbonneau was under center, which we don't do much.
That's true.
We don't do much, and unable to get the snap from center, and he just had to fall on it there on about the 3, looks like about the 4-yard line.
So it'll be 3rd and 3 from the 4.
So we can get a first down here, Bulldog Nation.
We can get a first down. We're going to get it just right at the 1-yard line and get a fresh set of downs. But this play here is a 3rd and 3 from the 4. Charbonneau up under center. Here's Trenton Edward.
Go.
Is
close
going
to the first down.
Really close. The side judge coming in. He's right at the sticks.
I think they're going to measure this one.
Yeah. I'm going to say they've got it by the nose of the football. And it looks like they saw it.
We got it
at some point. So whether it was the nose or the whole football, 1st and goal for the Bulldogs from the Savage 1.
We just need a little bit of pigskin on that on that steak. Down marker, I should say.
Here's Charbonneau up under center, and he will take it himself, and he will go in for the score. Touchdown Bulldogs, number 4. Cale Charbonneau with 3:14 left in this first quarter. We want to welcome everyone who has logged on already. John, we are at 448 homes right now watching.
That is awesome. Thank you, Bulldog Nation.
Absolutely.
Thank you those from Broken Bow tuned in with us watching the game. We're glad to have you guys tonight. So, yeah, that's big numbers.
Ashlina, the proud stepmom of Trace Thornton, watching from Grand Junction, Colorado, and I believe that was either she was married or maybe they were at as Bloxham hits the extra point with no problem at all. They were either at a family member's wedding or they were getting married. I can't remember, but it was definitely, I believe it was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. So congratulations on either your marriage or the family member's marriage. So
congratulations.
Now at 468 current homes watching Friday Night Bulldogs and watching their Bulldogs take a 14-0 lead over the Broken Bow Savages. John, if you remember, I believe you were down in Red River, the rivalry, the Cushing-Wagner game. That was our previous high of concurrent viewers, and that was 482.
Oh, okay.
And that was into the fourth quarter till we got there.
Awesome.
We're at 465 right now. Looking forward to hitting the 500 mark and over.
Yeah, let's go over the 500.
With 3:14 left in this first quarter, and Logan Bloxham, after going 2 for 2 for extra points tonight, will tee it up. And as we've seen several times in these last several weeks, John, probably a little bit of a pooch kick here.
Yeah, I think he's going to land it on about the 35 or the 30. Going to the 25, 15 signals a fair catch and catches on the 25.
So a little unconventional, if you will, but certainly effective.
Right, it works. I mean, they signal fair catch, so there's no chance of return, anything like that. Hey, Terry Duncan, that's a former teammate of mine at the University of Oklahoma. I see you on there. And then we got Sean Templeton, classmate of mine.
Nice.
Lives down in St. Petersburg, Florida, if I'm correct, Sean.
Okay.
I know you're in Florida, but I can't remember exactly what town. But good to have him back.
Here's the Savages
Not
trying to get to the outside, but Cole is there.
Mr. Shield Knight.
Shield Knight, Steele, just nothing there for the Savages on that first down.
Yeah, loss of 5. Good job, Bulldogs up front.
Back to the 21-yard line. 2nd and 15 for Broken Bow. Their third possession of the game. Quarterback looking way downfield. Got a man.
Nice play.
Number 3.
Swanson.
Okay. Looked like Swanson had a great defensive play there, jumping up and swatting the ball away. But it looks like the referees have seen otherwise.
He must have had his left hand on the receiver's jersey or on his hip or grabbing him, because he made such a great play with the opposite arm and swatting that ball down.
So that will be a 15-yard penalty, and it's going to put it right at the sticks, maybe even give them a fresh set of downs. Right at the 31. 1st and 10 Savages at their own 36-yard line. And
stoppage of play here.
All right, I think we're about set now. 2:27 left in this first quarter. And I believe the Savages with their first down.
Yep.
Here's quarterback looking to throw.
Get it. I think we got it.
And that is number 10, Ava
No,
Goodland.
he says no.
They are going to call that incomplete. Goodland went down low to try to scoop it up off the turf.
I thought he had it.
And he was not able to come up with it.
The back judge says, no, that hit the turf. So he must have saw some of that rubber fly. I'm not sure, but I thought we sold it.
So the incomplete pass will make it 2nd and 10 for Broken Bow from their own 36. And if you've been following us throughout the season, we'll come back to that after this play. On a 2nd and 10. Quarterback from the shotgun. Here's a handoff over the left side. Nothing doing, John.
No, host of Bulldogs there and on the stop. Yeah, nothing doing. Loss on the play. Got 24 in there, 12.
Steele, Davis, and Pierce, looks like. All on the tackle. And for a loss of 2 back to the 34-yard line. 3rd and 12 as the Savages line up with 4 wide. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Quarterback looks to the bottom. Catch is made. And nice tackle by number 20, DJ Pierce.
That's good pressure on the quarterback there, Jeremy. As we got to him really quick, he faked one way and threw the other. And they're unable to convert, so they'll bring their special teams, punt team unit in for another Bulldog stop.
Number 3, Matson Swanson, back deep to receive this punt. This will be his second opportunity, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first punt, they kicked out of bounds, so he had no chance to return.
So Swanson has returned a few this year from about this distance. So
and another one shanked off to the right.
Either that, or they could be doing that on purpose, John. As the Bulldogs have actually had 3 punt returns for touchdowns, maybe 4.
Yeah, we're dangerous on that.
I believe Swanson has had 2. McFarland has had 1 or 2. So maybe not a long punt, but if you're a Broken Bow fan, have been watching Bulldog tape, even if it wasn't very long, it was an effective one.
Right.
Because you're not
no
having
return.
to
No chance of return there. All right, here we go, Bulldogs.
1st and 10 for Wagoner from their own 48-yard line. Charbonneau from the shotgun. Here's Goodland. Charbonneau pumped.
Oh, there it is.
Going way downfield to Edwards. Edwards makes lost it in the lights as he slowed up a little bit for it to drop in, and just not able to haul it in.
Oh, that was a double move there. Good pump fake on Charbonneau on the out route. Sold the pass. The defender bit, and he had him beat and just couldn't haul it in.
Incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 48. We have now broken our record as we're at 487 homes, and we appreciate every one of those. As here's Edward on the end around, finds some room.
Running hard.
Breaking tackles and gets to the Savage 40-yard line, a pickup of 12, and it's a fresh set of downs for the Bulldogs on the Broken Bow 40-yard line.
I love that play, Jeremy. We run the offside, off the right tackle. It's just straight handoff over the right side. That means everybody's got their blocks sealed, doing their job, and picked up about maybe 12 on the play.
1st and 10 from the Broken Bow 40. Charbonneau going to take it himself. Cuts back to the right, running hard as he always does, bringing tacklers with him, and he'll get to the 31-yard line. Just like that, John, and we've seen it several times, the 6, 7, 8, 9-yard gains.
Yeah, I love it. Love it, because that brings up 2nd and short or 3rd and short. You don't have much to convert for to get the first down. So I think my dad would love Cale Charbonneau the way he runs, because Dad would always say the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So to get from one point to the other, just run straight. And that's what Cale Charbonneau does. He is nifty with the moves, but he's more impressive with the power and the speed and his determination to gain yards. It's something else. So Jeremy, as the first quarter ends, we get the Bulldogs up 14-0, and we'll swap ends.
All right. Respect of the opponent, spectators, coaches, and officials is necessary at all levels of athletics and activity programs. At tonight's game, everyone's behavior should be characterized by generosity and genuine concern for others. Sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility, so do the right thing. We know year after year after year, even though that it's been in different forms and under different names, Friday Night Bulldogs been doing this since 2009. This is the 15th season for Bulldog football to be streamed online. And so we appreciate everyone as we are over the 500 mark now, 507 homes or devices, wherever you may be, on this 2nd and 1, a jet sweep to Swanson.
He's got room.
Corner.
Makes a move.
He is across the 20 to the 18-yard line, and we may have a holding call, not sure, but it's nice to see Swanson on that jet sweep as, again, some injuries have been haggling him for since the Oologah game in about week 5, I believe.
Yeah, it was a great job of running around the right side, but I think we got holding on number 10.
Coming back, 10-yard penalty will place the ball from the spot of the foul, so we'll see.
We'll still have first down.
Where that may be. 507, whether you're on your iPad, so many, John, I see them post in our feed. They've got it hooked up to their big screen at home, and it's just really it's just wild to see that people are able to do this wherever they are across Wagoner, across Oklahoma, and obviously across the nation. Here's Goodland coming underneath and makes a couple of tacklers. Near miss, gets across the 20, picks up that penalty yardage back, and one of the Savages shaken up on the play. Number 33 hobbling off a little bit. Hopefully he'll be okay. As the viewers continue to climb to 514. We talked about the 500 mark. Maybe we'll hit the 600 mark today.
Let's go.
So,
2nd one, another short down. Yardage conversion here for the Bulldogs to convert on. Much better than a 2nd and 9 or a 3rd and 10.
Trying to catch up with the with our comment section. Clint Y is watching from Disney World right now. So,
how about that? You and Mickey.
Here is Charbonneau.
Wow, look
now
at that.
hands off to the Edward across the 15 to the 14-yard line. John, I'm not sure if that was designed like that or it was like, you better take it.
I think so. I think that was just a little misdirection. Quarterback fake the throw and then end up handing it off, kind of like like a draw play almost.
Yeah. Beth Brown commenting on our YouTube channel. She was there in 2009. Actually, she was the first game of the year that we were able to bring video. It was in Poto, and that was back in 2009. Here's Charbonneau over the left side trying to pick his way across the 10 to the 9-yard line. John, 2009, when Friday Night Bulldogs first got kicked off.
Wow, 15 years.
First 2 games were just audio only. And with the help of my 2 older brothers, also Wagoner grads, we were able to get video in. And Beth Brown and I and her daughter-in-law, Mindy, traveled to Poto. And we were at that Costner Stadium, I believe it was.
Okay.
And even though the Bulldogs, here's Trenton Edward on that jet sweep and not able to get a whole lot of yardage, we're going to pick up about 2.
I'd say 2. Yep.
We've definitely seen that jet sweep go for a lot more than that.
Yeah, if everybody makes their block and stays hooked up and gets the seal, I mean, that's nothing but touchdown with his speed and talent.
The Bulldogs ended up losing that game 15-14.
Oh, heartbreaker.
On a 2-point conversion at the end of the game. And,
but sometimes losing by 1 is worse than losing by 40.
Here's a 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs. Charbonneau calling on his own number, puts his head down, and gets near the goal line. Oh, man.
God, he delivers a blow.
I'm not sure what Broken Bow player that was, but I would not want to be him.
No, it's just it's so impressive as much power as he has when he runs. I mean, he's just explosive. I mean, the tacklers come in and try to put a lick on him, and Charbonneau just pushes him the other way, delivers his own hit. So he does play linebacker on defense, so he knows how to deliver a blow.
He does do that. 1st and goal from
Shield
the 1.
Knight.
Shield Knight.
In there for his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Shield Knight, number 12, with the kind of a halfback trap that we saw, I believe, for the first time last week.
Right.
Both he and Bryce Steele, who are always active on the defensive side of things, I believe both scored touchdowns on that play.
Yeah, I like that formation and lets you have different options. And is able to hand off to Shield Knight on the left side for his 2nd touchdown of the night. He's got 1 rushing and now 1 receiving.
First. Well, we were looking for
Offsides,
the extra point.
I think.
Okay, now we're probably going to see
Go for
the
2.
2-point conversion.
Yeah, Broken Bow was lined up offsides. They're in the neutral zone. So when we move the ball up about 1.5 yards, Bulldogs, Coach Condit will counter because he is now, from what I assume, the special teams coach, from what I think I've heard.
Okay.
He coaches the special teams. So he'll say, special teams come off, offense go back in.
And they will do that on a 2-point conversion try now. Trevor Fowler with the snapping chores. Charbonneau up under Fowler. And here's
Steele.
Bryce Steele, and he will walk in for the 2-point conversion.
He ducks in there. It was a hole just right over the right guard, and I don't think anybody touched him. He crouched, got low, squeezed through the line, got across the goal line, and then just popped back up. I'm in, Coach.
So I want to throw out this little interesting fact. A lot of Bulldog fans who are here at the stadium actually are watching the stream as well.
Awesome.
So
that's cool. Double dose.
To me, I think I would get a little confused, but I've had several comment to me before that, we're watching it from the stands. The advantage to that is they get to watch it live, and then the stream is about 10 seconds or so behind.
Just a little delay.
And so they'll able to see their own replay there.
It's like a replay. It's exactly like a replay.
So David Drake, he commenting on our Facebook page, he went back and watched those, that would-be interception and that pass interference call, and he didn't particularly care for either one of those calls.
Yeah, I thought the deflection on the pass was just a great play. I mean, I am in the press box, a long ways away from that, but and then the interception, it looked like a catch, but I'm not down there on the field, so I don't get that view.
So here is Bloxham on the ensuing
Goes opposite
kickoff.
side.
Yeah.
Going hot.
Oh, and that was...
Ball's on the floor. He fumbled it.
I certainly looked like it.
Yeah, he fumbled it out of bounds. He caught it, and then I don't know what. I guess when he was trying to tuck it away, the ball just came loose.
That was actually a perfect area for him, because if the Savage player would have taken the chances, that's going to go out of bounds, and we all know that a football has its own mind when it bounces on the ground.
Yeah, it doesn't bounce like a soccer ball.
Because, John, that's a live ball.
Yes, yeah, it just has to go 10 yards, and it's live.
So wisely, I think, he picks it up, although obviously he did not have a whole lot of time to secure it.
Yeah.
Therefore, the ball goes loose. But for Broken Bow, it went out of bounds, and they will maintain position. Here's thrown way downfield.
We got that one.
And that's Atkins who comes down with the interception.
What a play. What a play on defense.
Number 6, Sean Atkins. John, he was with him step for step.
He was with him step for step. That ball would have had to been thrown another yard deeper to have Broken Bow have a chance, and he just made an athletic play. Went up, he had his eyes on the ball the whole time, kept running backwards, and then was able to get both hands on the ball and bring it down for our first turnover of the night.
Number 6, Sean Atkins, I believe a senior this year. Got a younger brother, Ryan. Younger brother, number 15, Ryan Atkins, I believe is a sophomore. Sean has really come on these last 3 or 4 games with, I believe that's probably his 3rd interception.
Yeah, he's done really well.
Just in the last 3 or 4 games here. And here is Charbonneau looking way downfield at Swanson. Swanson slowed up a little bit, but he makes the catch and draws the flag.
Yeah, the ball was just a little bit underthrown there because he had his man beat by about 3 steps. And Charbonneau just wasn't enough to get enough heat on it to get it there, so he had to slow up, and then that actually allowed the defensive back to run into Swanson and get the pass interference call.
So Charbonneau putting a little bit of air underneath his long balls, and receivers having to slow up their stride a little bit. And in this case, it was a double whammy for the Savages as Swanson comes down with the grab and draws. Looks like that was on. Did they call offensive pass interference?
No, we had the ball about the 35, 37, so he just gave us 15.
So that's Edwards that makes that shot. Did I thought he caught that? Did he?
No, he dropped it.
Oh, okay.
He dropped it. He had it initially, but it did hit the ground.
Okay, now I'm tracking.
So yeah, 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Because we had Whit Edwards in the backfield.
Okay.
He was lined up as the tailback on that play, so a little decoy move by putting him in the backfield and then letting a receiver run downfield.
I tell you, I was all kinds of lost on that. I thought Swanson able to come back for
He had it
ball.
for a minute. A second, I should say.
Second and 6 now from the Savage 44. Charbonneau straight up the middle. Shakes off one tackler or just, I don't know.
He's going off the field.
Inside.
Yeah, the guy that just tried to make the tackle, number 33, he's walking off the field. Charbonneau put the burn on him.
He gets to the 34-yard line for another first down.
Yeah, he's shaking up.
Bulldogs really taking control of this game as this is their 4th possession and trying to make it 4 for 4 as far as touchdowns go. Here's a 1st and 10 from the 34, Charbonneau from the shotgun.
Shield nut, I think.
Looking right now, keeps right. That's Avon Goodland wide open.
Touchdown!
Touchdown!
Right
Number 10,
on the money.
Avon Goodland, the the sophomore, and Charbonneau pretty much looked him the whole way. And Goodland had to slow up a little bit, but he was so far ahead that had no problem hauling that in and stepping into the end zone.
Yeah, beautiful pass there, Jeremy, by Charbonneau. As he threw it downfield, and gosh, that was good play, good play. I was looking at Shield Knight over the middle, and it may have been the decoy.
Brandy Scott, we appreciate you logging on. She said that Wagoner has an awesome team. Knew it was going to be a tough night. We got a lot of football to play, but she says she'll always be a fan of her Savages. Brandy, we appreciate you logging on, and many Savage fans logging on tonight weren't able to make the trip for whatever reason. John, I want to throw that out there just right quick. I know some people are afraid to maybe comment or text or whatever, comment on our Facebook page for fear of somebody thinking, hey, why is that person not at the game? And I just want to say that there are all kinds of reasons that you should not be ashamed of, that you can't come to the game.
Yeah, everybody's lives are different. I mean, you got things come up.
You got
family commitments, kids,
sickness.
Yeah, you got a dog that's got to go to the vet.
Yeah.
You planned on coming, and your dog gets sick, and then you got to take the dog to the vet, and then you get home, you're like, okay, we can't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just get the stream. So,
yep.
Yeah, no problem there. That's the glory of pleasure of bringing it to you.
Well, then as the temperatures change, you're always looking for a battery that's not going to start the old car. Wagoner Bulldogs 29, Broken Bow Savages 0. 8:27 left in this first half. Blocks them with a little bit deeper kick, and the Savages a little confused on whether they called a
fair catch or not. Yeah, I never saw 15 raise his hand. He just caught the ball and stood there. I guess he was thinking maybe one of his teammates called for the fair catch. And no whistle was blown, so it was a live ball.
David commenting, not only are you able, if you're here, to watch a replay, get back onto the stream, but even at home, you can just take your drag button, whatever you want to call that, at the bottom of your screen, and just back it up a few seconds, and you'll be able to watch that previous play.
You sure can. That technology of YouTube.
Or Heather, I see you on a 1st and 10 for the Savages, looking to his right, and that is Kotz at the 25 and ahead to the 27-yard line. Miss Tillotson is a social studies teacher at the high school, and she wasn't able to make it tonight because she's making Rice Krispie treats and cookies for the regional academic team tournament tomorrow.
Nice.
And our high school academic team looking to defend a state title. And here's the Savages trying to come across the middle with an incomplete pass. But I believe we made it to the semis last year or the finals. And then I believe the year before was the state championship.
Yeah, I think 2 years ago we won the state academic championship. And then we were runners-up last year, from what I remember. I thought that was pretty awesome.
Oh, the Wagoner High School academic team, coached by John French and Michaela Epperson, beginning their trek to a possible state championship, as the Wagoner Bulldogs on the football field are trying to do so as well. Here's a 3rd and 4 for the Savages. Quarterback flush to his right, still looking downfield, throws it.
Nice play.
And number 24, Keaton Cole, stepping in to knock that ball away. Ball falls incomplete, and I'll make it a 4th down. As John, that was a quick 3 and out for the Savages, and they've got to get something going here.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get anything going against the Bulldog defense. Keaton Cole, playing outside linebacker there, had the coverage in the flats and did a great job of covering his man and getting in front of that ball and knocking it down.
Abby Swanson. Hello, Abby. I believe Abby is around a 2019, maybe a 2020 grad of Wagoner High School. She is watching from somewhere. It's going to be new for us here at Friday Night Bulldogs. Even going back 15 years ago, it's going to be new. She is watching from Thailand tonight. How about that?
Impressive. Impressive. I've never been to Thailand.
I don't think I have either, and I'm not sure if I've even gotten close to Thailand. I believe it's pronounced Phuket, Thailand.
Okay, or Phuket. Maybe it's Phuket.
So,
but I've got a couple friends that have gone a couple times.
Okay.
And they says absolutely beautiful, and the food is amazing.
Okay.
So they speak really highly of Thailand.
The Bulldogs will have it after the punt of the Savages. Here is number 21.
Here we go.
Williams
turns the corner.
Tayshawn Williams across the 35.
Easy.
Ribbon out of bounds at the 31, 32-yard line. And, that was borderline there. But, everybody got up and it is okay. But
it wasn't rough, but it was 5 yards out of bounds. So,
right.
I mean.
Abby, you are young enough to where I can still mention your graduation day and you shouldn't be offended, okay? So sometimes we stay away from our graduation dates, but you're a youngster.
And snap it.
So I believe again you can confirm that here's Charbonneau going down for
nice
Edwards,
catch.
and he makes the catch.
Wow.
Touchdown Bulldogs.
Can't spin the ball.
And there is the penalty. Post-possession, though.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to have the referee didn't like the spinning of the ball. But
can't do that
wow,
at this level.
What a catch by Edwards over the shoulder. Well, actually, over
made the
his helmet.
Yeah, I mean, the ball was supposed to be thrown on the inside shoulder and actually had to adjust to the outside shoulder and caught it up over his head with an amazing catch. Charbonneau able to get the ball in his direction. And a lot of times with his frame, his size, his wingspan, all you have to do is get it close, and he'll haul it in.
Touchdown Bulldogs as they await the extra point. Touchdown is good, and I believe we are going to have an unsportsmanlike against Wagoner, so that will be assessed on the
kickoff.
Usually,
right.
So the extra point will still be where it normally is, and Logan Bloxham will step up to try to make it 4 for 4. We went for 2 one time, so this will be an attempt of 4 for 4. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. Wagoner Bulldogs 36. Broken Bow Savages 0, and we appreciate Libby Lamberson, Wagoner High School class of 1970. Says, "Go Dogs."
Go Dogs.
So thanks, Libby, for logging on. And Deborah, I believe Deborah is Bo's mom, if I remember correctly. Greg Brody, a classmate of mine, Clint Highs, to see both of them. Also Danelle Lynn, talking about the new helmets. We briefly mentioned that right at the start of the broadcast, John, but they do look sharp.
Yeah, they're awesome. It's a chrome dome. It says dogs on the side of it. If you cannot read it, it's hard to see from up here. But I know back in my day, our helmets, we used to have, at one time we did have the word Bulldogs on them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following year, I think we just went with the W.
Deanna Sharp posting her view. Looks like with her cat watching Friday Night Bulldogs on the big screen.
Kitty's loving some Bulldog football. Kitty's not scared of the Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs will kick it away from their own 25 after the penalty was assessed, and drops it just about where they normally do. It's just a little bit further to go to make that tackle.
All right, so this will give the Broken Bow their best field position of the night as they will start the drive from their own 45.
And Connie, okay. So Harper Rose, her granddaughter, Tiffany, which was a few years behind me, and Wagoner High School grad. Connie is in New Hampshire. She has been throughout the season watching Friday Night Bulldogs, and wants to give a shout out to her granddaughter Harper Rose. So hello, Harper, and hopefully you're loving the score for, if you're a Bulldog fan, way up in New Hampshire.
Awesome.
Sarah Stewart, appreciate you logging on. And as we're still at 519 homes right now, no doubt. I know Rayleigh Christensen a couple of weeks ago, maybe last week, from a deer stand. There's no telling where the Friday Night Bulldog Nation is, and we appreciate every one of you. Thank you for logging on. And here is number 44.
My goodness.
And they're all over him. I believe that was Tucker Clough and company, as the Bulldogs defense just continues to dominate the line of scrimmage.
That was impressive. Yeah, we got on their side of the ball. Nothing but black shirts there. Host of Bulldogs in on the tackle. And as we say, the soup Nazi would say, no soup for you.
So Jeff and Stacy. Jeff, I know you've had a tough go of it, been in and out of the hospital. He's at home watching Friday Night Bulldogs, and hope everything's going well for you, Jeff, as the Bulldogs have taken an early control of this game, as we are only halfway through the first half, and the Bulldogs up 36-0. And it looks like the Savages are going to take a timeout as John, on a 3rd and 11, they just have to get something going, even just to sustain a drive,
right,
get a couple of first downs, run some time off the clock, get to halftime, and try to regroup.
Yeah, it's a lot of times you just don't. You want to keep possession of the ball to keep it away from the team that's just put 36 points on the board. So you don't want to not convert here and then give it back to Wagoner and risk another score before halftime. So yeah, they've got to get something going and get something converted, and give them a little momentum.
MW Duck, it's a special kind of wrap around the normal black color of the Bulldog helmets, and they've got a special wrap around, and they do look sharp. So Eric Smith, class of 2007, thanks for joining us, and James Clayton, class of 1989. John, and closer right between you and I.
Yep, right after me and right before you.
So on a 3rd and 11, the Savages from their own 44 are looking to make something happen here halfway through the second quarter.
Pressure. Oh, he's got
room
room
with it and has plenty of room to run. Gets around, and Edwards able to haul him down, wrangle him down like his calf videos.
That was a nice one-on-one tackle, because it was just Edwards and the quarterback there in the open field, and he was able to grab enough jersey to haul him down. So it'll be fourth down and maybe a long 3. Yep. Looks like 3 yards for the Savages. I think they're going to consider.
I think I would, John. It's 4th and 3.
They're going to take a timeout. Yeah, they're going to let the play clock run down and take a timeout and see if they can draw up something. At least I would probably, if I was a coach, at least try to draw us off sides. At least go to hard count, some kind of motion, bark the signals out, inflect the voice, and try to get our offensive line or defensive line to jump.
A timeout with 5:35 in this second quarter. Bulldogs up 36-0. Again, we're going to catch up from our comments. Bruce Von Wall, Brother Bruce, watching from Western Michigan tonight, and usually here at the games. But Bruce Von Wall and his wife Virginia, pastor at Church of God of Prophecy, has been for years. Had both of his boys in class, and they are watching from Western Michigan tonight.
They give Western Michigan a certain name. and I can't remember what it is. So if he can help me out on that, I've heard it called a certain name, and I can't remember what it is.
Jerry B.
It's a
Flamin,
good thing. It's not a bad thing.
class of 1983. So, Jerry, thanks for logging on. And we are a 4th and 4. The Savages have at least shown, and they are going to go for it. Quarterback looking in the flag.
He had him open.
He had him open.
He
and
did.
Looks like we may have a late hit on the Bulldogs. We'll see what happens. The flag came in late, and I think we're going to have a roughing the passer call. He had him there, John, and just overshot him. But of
he
course,
was wide open.
It kind of makes sense now that we do see the official signal for a roughing the passer call, possibly forcing that inerrant throw.
Yeah, we had the heat on the quarterback for sure, and he had to rush that throw and threw it a little too high for the Savage receiver to catch that. But good for them. They were able to pick up a first down with the penalty and necessary roughness, roughing the quarterback, roughing the passer,
and that ball will be placed now at the Bulldog 33-yard line. The Savages with a first down, 5:30 left in the second quarter.
And Jeremy, if I recall, this is their deepest penetration of the night in the Bulldog territory. So let's see what they do with the ball here. Looks like
quarterback looking downfield across the middle, and he finds his man, but not able to keep control of it. Number 10, Avon Goodland, in there, believed to knock it away or at least jar it loose.
Right, yeah. The receiver actually had the catch, and he punched the ball loose, physically swung in there and punched it right out of his hands.
So Bruce has commented, we go a quick count here? I looked up.
Yeah, they did a quick. I think we had legal procedure.
Okay, here we go. Yep, legal procedure, 5-yard penalty against the Savages. And Bruce commented, said the Upper Peninsula people are called the Uppers.
That's it. I knew it was something. I was like, I remember watching some documentary, something on Michigan, and yeah, there's two sides. There's Western Michigan and then the mainland. So they call them the Uppers. That makes sense.
Jeremy Langston, I believe a 95 grad right behind me, and he is watching from an undisclosed location right now. So.
Hope you're not in the witness protection program.
Here's a 2nd and 15 now after that penalty. Quarterback from the shotgun looking downfield.
Pressure put
he's
on,
caught. And it's
Bryce Steele.
Yep, number 32, Bryce Steele. I haven't seen Dennis yet on our comments. He's probably watching, just haven't commented yet. But his grandson making the quarterback sack, first one of the night, actually.
I'll give Ryder Adall the assist on that.
Okay.
Give him a half sack.
All right. Adall on the assist. And I believe Dennis told me he's going to be able to be in town next week as the Bulldog faithful.
Double reverse
Yep.
pass.
Back to the quarterback.
And he's stuffed.
Oh, that's number 1.
Oh.
Whit Edwards coming up quickly to make that tackle.
He must have got some face mask.
Might have as the flag comes in, but boy, he closed in on that quickly.
Yeah, that was a double reversed and then a throwback to the quarterback, and the quarterback having to adjust his helmet, so he must have got that face mask yanked because he went down pretty hard. Hopefully he's all right.
The Bulldogs, if you're the Bulldogs fan, you're obviously hoping for another goal ball. There's plenty of football to play from that. Before that, a personal foul. I believe they're going to call a horse collar on that.
Horse collar, yes.
So 15-yard penalty assessed against the Bulldogs. But Dennis told me he's coming in next week and ordered himself a Friday Night Bulldog hoodie, which, by the way, I've got about two hoodies left over, and that's pretty much it. We've sold everything else that we have. Quarterback looking downfield, got open man.
What a catch.
Oh, that's a great catch by number 44.
44.
One-hander down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. John, we were talking about it, and maybe the Savages heard us up here talking about it, having to put something together, sustaining a drive, and now here they are, 1st and goal from their own 3.
Yeah, that was Quinlan Bailey, number 44, with a great one-handed snag there inside the 5-yard line for Broken Bow, and they are knocking on the door of the Bulldogs with 4:15 left to go in the half.
Aaron Garner watching from Holbert tonight, and Riley Frost and Casey Allison, Wagoner fans, and the Bulldogs are going to take a timeout with 4:04 left in this second quarter. Rocky Mitchell, appreciate you logging on, has been for several weeks now. As John, the longer we do this, we get familiar with the screen names in the chat rooms.
Right, we sure do. It's like our own little fan club, or Bulldog fan club, I should say. Maybe not ours, but at least the Bulldog Nation. So, yeah, it's good to see some of the same names tuned in each week, week to week. And I do recognize the Rocky Mitchell name. I remember that when I was a little kid growing up here in Wagoner. I mean, I may not know your faces, but I sure do remember Mom and Dad and everybody talking about all the names that have come through Wagoner since I was a kid. We got the Rossons and the Easterlings, the Hayeses, the Hugheses, the McNacks, Robertsons, just, Wagoner names for years and years and years.
Marla, I've got your name on it, or if I don't, I'll go back to the office and put your name on it. I know you're going to be back in town here soon. Neil, if that's
touchdown.
The one, and that is a touchdown for the Savages.
No flag on that. Spiking the ball.
I thought that's what it looked like.
He spiked the ball. Okay, maybe he didn't.
So touchdown Savages.
Right over the middle.
And
I didn't catch his number.
I was still talking after the timeout was taken and did not realize they were back up at the line of scrimmage. But
yeah, it was just a little short pass right over the middle, and he was just caught it right across the goal line for a Savage touchdown. They're on the board as they try the PAT.
3:58 left on the second quarter clock. That extra point is up, and it is just inside the up. Well, there we go.
Got it.
They looked at each other to make sure, but just inside the right upright. So the Savages are on the board. Wagoner Bulldogs 36, Broken Bow Savages 7. John, if they can hold the Bulldog defense here before halftime, they can go in with some great momentum here after this touchdown.
Yes, they sure can. A lot of times games is about momentum. They were able to take advantage of different couple. I think there were two major penalties on the Bulldog defense there, and Broken Bow was able to take advantage and get their first touchdown of the night. So the Bulldog defense, the shutout, is no longer. But good job holding the Savages to 7 for the first half thus far.
And Dennis Asia, I knew you'd probably be there, and saying that he's, again, watching from Chicago as he has been, and he'll be in for the next 2 games. And Riley Frost, Josh, appreciate you guys. I believe all of you either graduated the same year or within 1 year of each other, you and Casey and Riley. Appreciate you guys logging on. Ron Phillips from Porter, America, watching for Porter again. We remember you from the last couple of games. We had a little bit of going over one river, and Holbert from the other, Holbert and Tahlequah from the other, and deer stands, and you name it, we've been there. We're in Thailand tonight, which we're excited about for the first time ever. And here is the kickoff, and this is number 3, Matson Swanson, trying to pick his way across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 3:47 left in this first half. And, John, again, if the Savages can hold here and either to a punt or the clock runs out, they got a little bit of momentum going into the second half.
Yeah, just for them to get on the board gives them little bit of hope there. Gives the offense some confidence. So for Wagner, I think we want to run the football and establish a run game again and move that ball down the field, eat up some clock.
Dynamite. Here's Charbonneau
We're
looking
going
way
deep.
downfield for Atkins.
Nice play by number 4.
Yeah, number 4 able to put his hand up right at the last second as he's looking for number 15, Sean Atkins. And just a nice defensive play by the Savages.
Yeah, it's number 4, Sky Baker. He was step for step with our receiver, number 15. I draw a blank there.
15 is Atkins, sorry.
Atkins, okay.
That
Step for step and made a nice play.
So a 2nd and 10 after that incomplete pass from the 37-yard line. Charbonneau looking for the quick hit to Shield Knight, but it was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there. He was open on just a little 5-yard hitch route, but the Savages were able to deflect the ball at the line of scrimmage. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs, which most of the night we've had 2nd and 1 or 3rd and 2.
Yeah.
So this is a little different look for us.
I believe, is the first time we've had a 3rd and 10 for sure. With 3:37 left, the 2 incomplete passes have stopped the clock, and if they can make a hold here.
Mr. Edwards on the post route.
And here is Charbonneau. He finds Edwards, makes one tackler miss, and bowls over the next tackler.
First down.
Into Savage territory to about the 47-yard line. The catch was right at the sticks, John, but Edwards, as we've seen several times throughout the season, even if he were to fall forward, that's another probably 3 yards.
Yeah, just with his length. But yeah, good determination there for the yards after the catch. He got physical. I mean, he got the ball and he attacked the Savage defense. So that was nice to see a little fire in his belly.
So a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the Savage 46. Here's a quick hit to Shield Knight, picks up a block by Goodland, and then lowers the boom on the would-be tackler, and he will go forward to near another first down yardage.
Pick up about 8, I think.
Now all of a sudden the Bulldogs are clicking along. Savages looked to hold on a 3rd and long and just couldn't come up with the stop there on 3rd down.
All right, instead of running the ball, we decided to go to the air, and it's been effective here.
And this will be a 3rd and 2 play for the Bulldogs. Here's Goodland on that end around jet sweep.
Got a little room.
Breaks one tackle, bounces it out of bounds, and
nice
about to the 28-yard line. Stops the clock with 2:43 left. Now all of a sudden, John, the tables have turned.
Yeah, he picked up about 10 there.
We've talked about the Savages possibly getting the ball back after holding the defense or trying to hold the Bulldog offense on downs.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's going the other way, and the Savages are just trying to keep them out of the end zone.
Right. Yeah, we've got too much talent, too many options on the Bulldog offense. So, yeah, with Shield Knight, Edwards, Edward, we have Steele in there at times. It's a lot of different options for us.
Charbonneau on a 1st and 10 play hits looks like Swanson underneath for about a 3-yard gain. 2:33 and running. Bulldogs with 2 timeouts left at the Savage 26-yard line. And I am going to put my email address in the comments there on our YouTube channel. I put it again on our Facebook page since the mention of the hoodies have got a lot of rebirth into Friday Night Bulldog apparel. So I'll come back to that thought.
Big hole. He's gone.
Trenton
He's
Edwards,
gone.
He is going untouched for the score. Touchdown Bulldogs. Number 16, Trenton Edward from 26 yards away. John, goodness gracious.
3 of me, 2 of you, and 4 of Garrett Haddock could have run through that hole.
A late flag comes in. Not sure. It was definitely post-touchdown. So we'll await to see what happens here.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I was just impressed by the run.
Yeah. Trenton Edward, even into the secondary, there was no one around to make
Dead
the
ball,
tackle.
unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike against
Wagner.
Wagner, okay. So All right, Jacob Simar, watching from northern Wisconsin. I
Nice.
believe that's another state that we have not
I haven't
had.
mentioned Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Thank you for logging on. As we're getting a lot of not going to necessarily call them northern states, but up north.
Yeah, up north.
Wisconsin. We've got Illinois. We've got
Western Michigan.
The
uppers.
We've got New Hampshire. I saw Anna on here from Mount Snow, Anna Dickinson. She's watching from Mount Snow, as we've talked about her and Connie next door to each other statewide. And we appreciate all the ones that have logged on tonight. And
Wisconsin is Packer land, Green Bay Packers and Badgers. I don't know. I usually know what each state, what it is, but Wisconsin, I can't think what state it is.
It's the Badger State.
Is it Badger State?
I believe
it really is the Badger State?
As the Bulldogs increase their lead to 43-7, 2 minutes left in this first half. Mike Bowman, class of 82, watching from Springdale, Arkansas. Appreciate you logging on. And so I will put my email address in the comments. If you are looking for Friday Night Bulldogs apparel, we've got hoodies for $21. We've got long sleeve shirts for $17. We've got T-shirts for $14.
Those are great prices, Bulldog Nation.
Great price.
Great
they look
gear.
great.
Yeah, they're good. They're in black and it's slimming.
Yes. Always looking forward to that kind of apparel. So after the penalty is assessed, we'll be kicking off from our 25 again, and number 27, Logan Watson,
That's right,
to
the
do
hole.
that. Fielded at the 40-yard line.
Number 5.
Number 5 gets a little bit of room into Bulldog territory to the 49, and despite the Bulldogs answering the touchdown for the Savages, they have plenty of time with 1:54 and one timeout.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a short field, but it's only half. They only got to go 49 yards to get to the end zone. So that's probably their second best field position of the night, as they will take over with 1:54 left in the first half.
$154 left. The Savages 49 yards away to try to claw their way back
With that
in.
double reverse, it's
Yeah.
trouble. Trouble.
The Bulldogs are all over that.
Bryce
Adol,
Steele.
Cole, and Pierce.
And Steele.
Yeah,
just blew it up. They've seen that play before. They Broken Bow has run it once before tonight, and that time that was a no-go. We blew that up.
So the loss is back to the 44-yard line, a loss of 7, 2nd and 17. Quarterback looking to his right, and that
Completed.
pass is caught right at the original line of scrimmage. So got the loss of yardage back, got out of bounds, stopped the clock. They're going to count him out at midfield.
Yeah, I thought he got back to the 49.
So it'll be a 3rd and 11 now with 1:09 left in this first half.
And I think Broken Bow's out of timeouts. They may have one left. It's hard to tell on the clock. We've got some bulbs out on the clock. So they may have one timeout left.
I think they do have one timeout. 3rd and 11 from midfield. Quarterback pressure put on. Number 20, DJ Pierce, been very active on the defensive end.
Yeah, he has. He's been coming from the defensive end position, outside linebacker. And I don't know if they're accounting for him on the line of scrimmage, but nobody's getting a hat on him. And he's coming across quickly, putting pressure on the QB. So I'll bring up 4th down.
Steady Hagen says, "Go Dogs" from Dubuque, Iowa.
The Hawkeyes. The Hawkeye Nation.
Or the Cyclones, if you're
Cyclones or Iowa State.
On a 4th and 11, the Savages will punt it away, and that ball will go out of bounds. Shield Knight almost getting that 6'5" frame stretched out long enough. Now they're, whoa.
I think that's going to be on the sidelines for Broken Bow.
Okay.
I think the coach had some inappropriate comments.
Didn't like that non-call of running into the kicker there or something.
Yeah, he was already on the ground. Shield Knight was already on the ground.
Tuttle over Weatherford, 28-12 at halftime. If things continue to go as they are here at WL Odom Field, the Bulldogs, the Bulldog fans will be very interested in the result of that game between Weatherford and between Tuttle and Weatherford. Tyrone Wells, class of 2009. Thanks for logging on. KP Tiger, watching from Broken Bow. Welcome.
Welcome.
And we welcome any of the Broken Bow Savages fans that weren't able to come to Wagoner tonight.
Yeah, it's a long trip.
It is.
I think it's close to 4-hour drive, I think. So, yeah, I appreciate you tuning in tonight and listening to the broadcast.
Wagoner with a 1st and 10 from the 49, as looks like we're still having a conversation about that punt.
I assume the Broken Bow coach said, "Ref, I'm sorry, I won't do that again."
Quarterback from the shotgun, Charbonneau. Charbonneau rolling to his right, looking downfield, looking for Edwards. Edwards with the tiptoes on the sidelines, stopping the clock, makes the first down. Bulldogs looking to punch another one in before the halftime.
Yeah, it was a nice catch by him, and as tall as he is, he was able to get his both hands up over his head, make the catch, and get both feet down for a Bulldog first down.
Friday Night Bulldog fans giving shout-outs to Alex Shield Knight during pregame. Made his commitment known to the University of Oklahoma.
Boomer!
Here's Charbonneau looking to his
nice
right.
Throw.
And that is Swanson tiptoeing his way at the 32-yard line. And the Bulldogs, again, moving the ball at will, looking for another first down. It looks like this one's going to be about a half a yard shy.
Yeah, just about a foot. So that was a great throw by Charbonneau there. He was able to get it over the first line of defenders, and then it dropped in front of the second line of defenders. It was a beautiful pass.
2nd and short, Charbonneau from the shotgun at the 28. Charbonneau going to throw it away as the pressure put on by number 10 for the Savages. I think we may have a holding call against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, Jeremy. That's the referee when he throws the flag right there on the line of scrimmage. We usually have a holding on the offensive line somewhere. So that will bring a 2nd and a foot back to almost a 3rd and 10.
Ariana, class of 21. That may be Ariana McFarland. So
got holding on both sides.
Oh, okay.
So it negates.
All right.
So it'll be replay the down, 2nd and a foot.
Watching from Dallas, Texas tonight.
Big D.
Her brother Bo, I believe it was brother Bo, number 9 on the Bulldogs. And watching from Big D tonight. 2nd and short for the Bulldogs. That's Goodland in motion. And this is Trenton Edwards.
Nice move.
Call. Makes one tackler, 2 tacklers miss, and gets across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
So the clock will stop with the first down as they move the chains.
TW chasing. He's out fishing again tonight, but still watching Friday Night Bulldogs. Here's a quick hit to Goodland. Gets a block from Edwards, and Goodland gets out of bounds inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line.
Pick up about 5 on the quick hitter. Edwards got a good block there and sprung him loose. He was able to get out of bounds and stop the clock with 23 seconds left.
Bulldogs still have 2 timeouts left as they are looking to punch one in before halftime.
So we got Shield Knight split up to the top of your screen.
That's Swanson in motion Charbonneau looking his way, now coming back to his right, lofting in end zone, touchdown, Whit Edwards. Number 1, standing. He was covered up pretty good, but at 6'6", even covered up pretty good. Charbonneau lofted it into the end zone for the easy pitch and catch.
Yeah, that Trenton Edwards is loud. When the quarterback scrambles, a lot of times the quarterback will tell you to just go.
Yep.
And he just kind of drifted back in the end zone, and Charbonneau lofted it up, and he was able to snag it for a Bulldog touchdown, 49-7.
The defender tried to, he knew that Edwards had gotten behind him. He tried to close in the gap as the ball was in the air, but Edwards is there to catch it, and Bloxham was there to kick it for
it's
his,
true.
Let's see, sixth extra point, 6 out of 6.
Yeah, we went for 2. We converted on a 2-point conversion on one drive, and then he's got the other 6 extra points.
Wagoner Bulldogs 50. Broken Bow Savages 7.
I think our Bulldogs showed up tonight to play football. We look a lot better on the ground and in the air, look a little sharper. So I think the extra effort to be put in to the playoff season is producing tenfold here as we are up 50-7 with 16 seconds left before half.
I saw the comment. It's rolled up since then, but I believe someone said that they were watching from Africa tonight.
How about that?
And I hope they were being serious. It is really shocking about what I'm about to say. We've actually had, and it may have been the same viewer, several years ago, we had a viewer from Djibouti, Africa.
Nice.
And that is where they said they were watching tonight. It may be that same viewer. This is probably 7-8 years ago.
How about that?
Somewhere around there. So we appreciate him logging on, and you can verify that in the comments, and hopefully I won't lose it this time as the Savages is trying to return and get to that.
The fumble. He pitched it.
Oh, okay.
The ball's still loose.
Wow. Number 40, Elias Garcia, making sure that it goes no further. And, wow, that could have been disastrous.
Yeah, that was kind of desperation, I think. I'm getting tackled. Can you take the ball and do something with it? But you're talking about Africa there. I just had one of my good classmates, Barrett Patel, and his wife, Vanna.
Okay.
They were in Africa for, I think, a couple weeks.
Wow.
But I think they're back in the States now. They had a trip of a lifetime.
Yeah.
It's funny because when they come to the house, we have horses at our house, and he's scared to death of petting a horse. But I saw a video of him actually holding a lion's tail and walking with it.
Okay.
And I was like, what in the world? You won't pet my horse, but you will walk with a man-eating lion and hold its tail. Okay, Jim. Okay, Brett.
So the Savages are going to hand that ball off for positive yardage, and more importantly, as far as your Savages fan, gets to halftime, hopefully get into the locker room and regroup. And as the Bulldogs have taken control of this game, really took control of it early as we go into halftime. And Connie Taylor made a comment, John, that her and your dad used to call games together. Jesse Taylor and Jess Page.
How about that?
Calling games together.
Jess and Jesse.
Okay, so
he is.
Brett is watching from Africa. All right, so Brett, if that was you on the YouTube channel, I didn't catch the screen name, but that might have been you.
Yeah.
So
that
is awesome. We've got Africa on the map, at least for this season of Friday Night Bulldogs. Obviously Thailand. Obviously we've got the United States.
This is worldwide, just like you say.
It is Friday Night Bulldogs, free, live, and worldwide, as we have hit halftime here at WL Odom Field. Wagoner Bulldogs 50, Broken Bow Savages 7. Looks like someone is down there. I can't really tell if that's a Broken Bow band or the Wagoner band, or maybe it's just the pom-pom squad. There's a lot of black shirts on the opposite end of the field, just can't tell if they've got instruments with them.
Yeah,
or
Brook and
not.
Bow has a large cheerleading squad. There's probably 25
At
25
least.
girls over there. But their band, their Brook and Bow's instruments are still in the stands, so they're just making their way down for some snacks and drinks. Maybe a little hot chocolate and a hot dog, nachos.
Oh,
Whatever the concession stand.
DeMarco is a Wagner alum and former student of mine, watching from Atlanta tonight. So, the land of the dogs down there, if you're
Atlanta,
a
Georgia.
fan. So, and he's going to call it a night tonight. So, DeMarco, hope everything is well for you. And I hope to see you next week as the Bulldogs hope to continue what has happened in this first half into the second half and go confidently into.
Yeah, we still got another
Next
half
week.
to play, but
Yep.
we're looking. I'm feeling good about it.
Yep.
Feeling good about it. Yogi Berra once said, "It's not over till it's over." I think so. Famous
So it
Yankee ball player.
doesn't look like that either band is going to perform tonight. Maybe decide to perform from a few musical selections from the stands, but doesn't look like anybody is going to take the field at halftime. So,
Yeah,
John,
yeah.
I guess it's you and me for
All
halftime
right,
show.
we're at halftime entertainment. Garrett, turn that camera to us. We'll give them a little song and dance. Yeah, but the Bulldog band did not have their uniform on tonight. They're in just Bulldog gear and T-shirts. So just kind of going. What do they say when you wear casual Friday? Maybe
Yes.
casual Friday. No, I was just kidding on that camera. Keep it pointed out there. I don't. My wife would not like me doing a little song and dance on the stream. Isn't that right, honey?
So we hope everything is going well for everyone at home. And as we went over the 500 mark, and Brett, you may not remember me, but I'm sure you remember my older brother,
Glenn.
Glenn.
Mhm.
Actually, I think he was just a year after you guys in '88. So,
Okay.
And then
Yeah, we
then
played
my older brother,
soccer with him. I think.
Okay.
I think he played soccer with us.
and then my older brother Joe, a '91 grad. So we thank everyone who has logged on. Laura, I see you. She says that they can hear the band loud and clear from their house. So,
Oh, really?
and if you a little bit of, I guess, the little bit of science that I know, once the air starts getting a little thicker, the sound seems to travel a little longer and a little louder.
How about that?
So, Mia Phillips, we appreciate you logging on, and you guys are going to have to open up the chat room a little bit more because we've got 16 minutes of halftime here, and no halftime entertainment other than John and I. And John, that's not much entertainment.
Well, no, not at my age now. At one time, I probably could entertain. It was in my blood. Now, I think I've retired from the entertainment business. But I do think we have some of the nicest facilities in the area. Thinking back to when I played here, I played soccer on this field for 2 years, played football on this field for I don't know how many years, from junior high, middle school, and then high school. So I haven't really tallied how many years I played football on this field. But it's so nice to come here and see all the improvements with the stadium and the turf. How beautiful it looks. The track, Jeremy. I don't know if I told you this, but my cousin actually had the contract and did the track when it was first redone or rebuilt. Maybe I don't know. It was maybe 10 or 15 years ago. I don't know exactly when. But my cousin Stephen Ryan, who's from Muskogee area, he had the contract for the construction of the track, The indoor facility over there, I mean, is nice. We didn't have anything like that. The baseball field looks awesome. The LED lights look awesome. The new tennis court over here behind us to the west is nice. I remember growing up and playing with Barrett Patel in the Wagoner tennis tournament back during the summer. And to have the extra courts is nice. Softball field, awesome. Just a really nice improvements, and I know we're talking about maybe getting a new dressing room at some point. New football dressing room over in the southeast corner, behind where the flags and the ambulance parks. So I know that's in the works.
Ellington got a huge facelift.
Ellington.
Even a new building and some new wings. The high school has gotten a facelift. Teague just finished theirs just a year ago, I believe, and middle school and the facilities have really have really became a positive part of what's going on here in Wagoner.
Yeah, it's nice. It's so nice to see all that. So it just gives you some school pride, and it's good to come back and see the improvements and be a part of that. It's quite awesome.
So Mia, this is Mr. Holmes. I appreciate you logging on, asking if it's me here. It is, and hopefully everything you're doing okay. Kevin Frazier, says he's got a nephew from Broken Bow. He's 5'9", and he has the tall task, every pun intended, of covering the 6'6" Whit Edwards. So. Ryan, we see it. Ryan and Johnny Wiley, and Ryan, former student of mine. Johnny, a little closer to age, went to school together, and watching the game tonight. And we thank everyone that has logged on as we went well over 500 viewers at the same time. Still holding strong, right at 400, 398. As the Bulldogs have taken command of this game. And we still have 12 and a half minutes till halftime is over. I don't think we're going to have that extended 2 minutes that we've seen
in the past
several weeks.
Yeah, the refs come out and ready to play, and then all of a sudden, got a couple more minutes. So this is the playoffs now, so it's run by the state, the OSSAA. So, yeah, I don't expect that delay this time. As we go into the second half. Jeremy, there's looking at the flags tonight. It is a super still evening. I mean, there is no breeze. The flags haven't moved since they were raised with the national anthem before the game. So we're celebrating Veterans Day today and Veterans Day weekend. Anxious to go to Norman tomorrow and be a part of that.
Yeah.
Down in the Sooner Nation, we'll have a night game for a change. We seem to get the 11 o'clocker, so it's going to be nice to go down there to Norman and spend all day. Have lunch with my son, who's a member of the Oklahoma Roughnecks, and get to spend some time with him before the game. He's had a good time. He's there at a great time as they transition last year to the Big 12. We're talking about a rematch with maybe OSU. Possible if things roll right, we could meet them again in the Big 12 championship game.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We'd need some, things to happen. We'd have to win out, of course. But we'll just see what happens, and then we'll go to the Southeastern Conference next year.
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship. Let's start now. Good sports are winners, so remember, be a good sport and act properly. Everyone appreciates the good values portrayed by acts of good sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility, so do the right thing. And we appreciate the statements from the OSSAA that we will read periodically throughout tonight's live stream, as a little bit different rules during playoffs. And as many of you know, if you remember back when Friday Night Bulldogs first got started, it wasn't quite as easy to stream the games back then when we got into the playoffs. And And it's come a long way since then. We do have to apply every week for streaming rights to the playoff games. So keep that in mind, and appreciate Van Shea Ivan with the OSSAA covering the media, and he has been very, very gracious with me and contacting back and forth and giving us the go ahead. And again, we have to apply every week, and want to give a shout out to Cale Humphreys, as anytime we're going to have to use him, and he's just Johnny on the spot for us on the Friday Night Bulldog crew, and
glad to
all
have
of
him.
the things that go along with that. So that will be a week-to-week process, as if the Bulldogs continue to do what they did the first half. I'll put that application in probably tomorrow morning, maybe even tonight when I get home.
Yep.
Again, as if things continue to go the way they do. And I haven't heard much on an update between the Tuttle and Weatherford game. So if anybody knows that, you throw it into
chime in.
Yeah, throw it into our chat or throw it onto our Facebook page.
It's interesting that you mentioned Van Shea Ivan. I actually know him from my days at OU. He worked for K4, I think, one of the Oklahoma City news stations. He was a sports journalist. Video, I think what do they call him? I don't know, can't remember the official title, but he had the camera and he did the news reporting for Oklahoma football and basketball. So I got to know him as I was the mascot for the basketball team, Top Dog.
Okay.
Got to know him at all the basketball games, and so that was pretty cool. He's an OSU guy. That's all right. I'm going to hold that against him. But, Van Shea Ivan.
Cushing and Salisal tied at 14 at half.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, appreciate that, Neil.
Got a football game down there.
Neil giving us some scores, and Ada, looks like MW Duck, Ada 20, Oolagaw 0 into the third quarter.
Okay.
And anyone else who got those scores, you keep on rolling those in. So Steve Wilson, second class to graduate from the new high school. Okay. And that new high school, again, has gotten some recent facelifts. And, of course, back then, Steve, you were still eating in what they call the Commons area now. And, John, you may have been eating there as well.
Yes, it was not the way it looks right now.
Okay.
I was quite impressed when I walked in there. I was like, wow.
Yeah. So that, what was called the cafetorium, I don't think we call it that anymore, that was added in '88, I believe, was the first year that opened. And so that is where all of the food is served, and both breakfast and lunch. And those of you after or pre-1988 that is not the cafeteria anymore.
Right. Yeah.
But they do serve, actually, they're, as crazy as it sounds, but this is 2023. They're serving cappuccinos. And,
what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So out of the dog shop, I believe. And that is just inside where the high school gym has been built on the east end.
Okay.
Used to be a parking lot. If you go way back, well, not necessarily way back. It was right before I'd gotten into high school. Used to be a smoke pad.
How about that? Go outside and smoke.
And the craziest thing about it, it was both faculty and students.
Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember student and faculty, engaging in the tobacco outside. Yeah, times have changed. As there's our campuses are tobacco free now. So no tobacco.
So now sitting there is the Robert Hughes Event Center, along with Joe Gordon Court inside the Event Center. And if you have not gotten a chance to see that, it is very nice, a very nice facility there as well. So
it is nice.
You guys keep the comments coming, and because that helps us with the conversations. John, is the scoreboard still shows 5 minutes till the start of the second half. So it is a very nice evening. And, it was a little breezy today,
Right.
as we celebrated our veterans today with a district-wide parade. And we talked a little bit about that before the game started. And John, it's one of my favorite things that we do every year. Well, I say every year. Mm-hmm. It's actually been since COVID. So this has been our 4th year that we've done this district-wide parade. Before that, we were doing some assemblies, and some of our schools are still doing that as well. But the parade, I know at Wagoner Middle School, a lot of our teachers and our student council have 50 flags that we put along Bulldog Circle. They're driving them into the ground earlier today as the parade started at 1 and went to every building in the district. And I know the veterans are always they love to see all the students with the signs and the flags. And I know somebody had commented on our Facebook post. I guess we had one of our 6th graders maybe saluting every car that came by.
That's awesome.
And one of the veterans commenting on our Facebook page that they really appreciated seeing that. So it was a great day today, and what a way to start off, kick off your Veterans Day weekend by having that parade. And we thank all the veterans. I know I saw
good participation. Yeah,
Cody Allison, veteran, watching from Kentucky again tonight. Right. And he was, Cody, we'll call you a charter member of the FNB Nation. He was in Afghanistan, I believe, at the time, either that or Iraq. I know several of our veterans who are former alumni were during that time very thankful to be able to watch Bulldog football. A little piece of home.
Yeah, on their tour of duty. Yep. So, thank you. Yeah, it was really nice to see the veterans as they come by in the parade just smiling and enjoying us, appreciating them for their service and their contributions and their sacrifices. My uncles served, my dad's brothers. My dad was in the National Guard. So it's just a nice thing that we do for the veterans to show them our appreciation, their patriotism, their courage, their bravery in what they do, their sacrifices. Because a lot of them, when they're stationed, halfway across the world or whatever, they don't get to come home for the holidays.
No.
They don't get to see their families. So they're deployed and they're serving, representing the United States. Just this week, we did in my classes. We did a letter writing campaign. We wrote letters to soldiers this week, and it's in the nonprofit is called A Million Thanks.
Okay.
So we had all the students write letters. We got about 125 letters that we're sending out to the organizations based in California, and then I'll send those letters out, and then they will forward them on to current active military all over the world. And just to give them support and encouragement for the hard work and dedication that they give to protecting our freedom in our country.
Absolutely. Amen to that. Jack Smalley, the class of 68, he was the quarterback and said that he handed the ball off to Steve Butler 479 times.
I know the Smalley name. I think my dad was probably your head coach at 1968. I think he came to Wagoner 1968. I was born in 69. So, yeah.
Steve and Patty were just actually right down from us, Jack. And Steve's grandson is the kicker for the Bulldogs, the freshman kicker. And I have a feeling, John, if the Bulldogs score in the second half, we're probably going to see,
he's probably going to
call him the true freshman, Rhett Butler,
true freshman.
For some extra points.
And there's Patty right there. I see her.
Dom H. watching their favorite Savage, number 31, on the Broken Bow Savages. Watching from Germany tonight.
Awesome. That is so awesome.
So, Dom H., we appreciate you logging on. We hope
number
all
31,
is well.
That's Bladen or Bladen?
Medic. Okay. Bladen Medic.
He plays tight end, linebacker. He's 6'2", 205, sophomore for the Savages.
All right.
Germany.
Dom, we appreciate you logging on, letting us know where you're watching from. And no doubt you are proud of your favorite Savage, Medoc. And we are going to step away for just a minute. John, I know I'm going to grab me a bottle of water.
Yeah.
And we will come back and rejoin the FNB Nation. We still have 362 right now logged on watching, and we may see in the third quarter here probably the starters. Maybe that first drive, maybe even
probably say it's first drive.
First drive, or maybe the third quarter, and as long as things continue to go the way they are, we may see the sophomore Decaden Ford stepping in as quarterback, and may see some more of the up and coming Bulldogs.
That's right. Yeah, it's good to get them some reps. So we'll see what happens as we step away here.
You are watching Friday Night Bulldogs. It's live, free, live, and worldwide. We are at second half action. Wagoner Bulldogs to kick it off. Number 23, Rhett Butler, trying to find that soft spot, and does, as the Savages signal for the fair catch at about the 37-yard line. John, it may not be traditional or even quote-unquote pretty, but it is definitely effective.
Yeah, it's done the job. Broken Bow has not had one return tonight. I do think they fumbled one. I recall, maybe not. Maybe it was us, but yeah, they haven't had any returns on the kickoff. So, Broken Bow will take the field on offense.
Well, they did. It just fumbled it out of bounds. They were able to maintain possession.
Okay, that's what
it did happen. 1st and 10 for the Savages at the 37-yard line. First possession
20.
of the second half.
Got him.
That is Pierce.
Got him.
DJ Pierce.
Untouched again on the right side.
And he has been doing that pretty often throughout the night, as number 8 just could not get away from him and loses the yardage back to the 26-yard line. So,
yeah, I think he was untouched from the right side. I don't think the left tackle even saw him coming.
The loss is back to the 26 of about 11. So 2nd and 21. Here's the running back across the 30, picks up some of that yardage back, but it's still going to be 3rd and long. We've jumped back up over 400 viewers, and thank you all for logging on wherever you may be, as we've pretty much cover all of Oklahoma and a lot of the United States, but we're expanding a little bit further across the world than we've been in the recent past. Over in Thailand, we're in Africa tonight, and just awesome to be able to have Bulldog football that far away. Quarterback is not going to get away from all of the pressure. It was just coming from everywhere, John.
Yeah, it's number 75. It's number 20.
Griffin
in on the stop.
Pierce. It just the quarterback just really did well to keep hold of the ball, as there's just so many people around, and hitting him, as 4 of them were able to tackle him for the quarterback sack. It's 4th and long for the Savages. They're going the wrong way to be 4th and Broken Bow, but it might as well be, because
it's a long ways. It's a long ways.
Punter able to punt it away.
We're not going to field this one. Nope.
And takes a sideways bounce, rolls dead right at the 49-yard line. The Bulldogs will take the ball 1st and 10 on about their own 49-yard line. Again, if you didn't catch it, I put my email address in the chat room for those of you who would like to order some Friday Night Bulldog apparel. We've got T-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and hoodies. I actually have my hoodie on tonight. And,
looking sharp, looking dapper. You got swag. You got swag.
Bulldogs 1st and 10 on their 49. Here is Tayshawn Williams, puts his head down, drives forward to Savage territory, about the 47-yard line. So if you are looking for one of those things, please email me. Email me the size, and the locker room here in Wagoner have been doing really good to pick up some late orders and get them back to me within a week. And if you're going to be in town next week, hopefully we'll be ready by then, if you can get me that email as quick as you can. Here's a quick hit to Atkins,
nice job,
I believe.
Broken Bows, number 81.
81, closing the gap. No, number 5 for the Bulldogs. Making that catch from Charbonneau.
So that's a Jacob? That may could be Jacob Champagne.
Okay.
On the tackle.
Number 5, Stevie Brown, getting some action early in this 3rd quarter. He'll pick up only about 1 on the play. So 3rd and 7 now for the Bulldogs. Charbonneau going way downfield. A little bit of miscommunication on the route there.
Yeah, Stevie was running the hitch, and Charbonneau was throwing the streak. So
somebody thought they heard hitch. The other one thought they heard a go.
Yeah, it could have been a stop and go. One stopped, and one threw the go. So this looks like it'll be our first punt of the evening, Jeremy, if I remember right. I don't think we've lined up in the punt formation this evening.
Yeah, I believe this is the first one, as it looks like that is not Edwards, as he's usually dropping back to punt. Can't see the
number 12, 13, number 13.
13, all right. Number 13 punted it away for the Bulldogs. Number 13.
I have as Jaron Brown.
Okay.
Senior, wide receiver. Right.
So usually that is Whit Edwards dropping back, but with the lead of the Bulldogs, Edwards may have called it a night, at least for the punting chores.
Yeah, on defense here, Jeremy, I do see some new numbers in there on defense. We've got almost all of them, I think.
And
number 9 still in. I think that's McFarland.
Yes.
McFarland.
Yes.
McFarland. Everybody else seems to be pretty fresh. So we'll see if our Bulldogs can. Ball on the ground.
It is rolling, and the quarterback wisely falls on it. Unfortunately, back to the 10-yard line, and this second half has started out disastrous for the Savages.
Yeah, they didn't have enough men on the field, and one of the receivers was running onto the field, and the center snapped the ball, and the quarterback wasn't ready for it. So a loss of about 10 yards on the play as they try to communicate and get the right formation, right play call.
It's 2nd and 28 for the Savages, and they're going to get 5 of it back here as the Bulldogs jumped early. And I see the comments rolling in. You guys be sure to email me as I'm not able to keep up with who is ordering which one of the,
on the
3
comments,
options,
yeah, right.
or the sizes. So be sure to use that email address, and that way we can get all as their comments
leaves a
are
paper
rolling
trail.
in. Yes.
It leaves a paper trail that we can see. Yeah, if the comments, we can't always go back and find them as easy.
Quarterback looking way downfield, and
We got it. Oh,
I believe that's Trenton Edward, maybe there.
that's 15.
15. Okay, Atkins, the
Yeah.
younger Ryan Atkins, there step for step, so the ball falls incomplete.
Yeah, Jeremy had a chance at picking that one off, and actually the Broken Bow Savage receiver actually had to turn and play defense and poke that ball away from us, because that would have been a interception possibly.
Third and 23 is the official spot from the just inside the Savage 15-yard line. Quarterback from the shotgun looking downfield, fakes the handoff, still directing traffic, and he is sacked by number just didn't have
62.
we're going to that's Davis on the official sack, but we're going to give that to the secondary, a coverage sack, as we call it.
Good coverage. Good coverage by the Bulldog defense. So that'll bring up 4th and a long, long ways for the Savages. So that ball, if I was Bo McFarland, I would scoot right over there about the 35 on the numbers, because it's going to go right. He's punted right all night.
Savage punter is standing on his own goal line, about at the 33. Bo McFarland able to field it there, and good coverage by the Savage special teams.
Yeah, I didn't have much of a chance to get anything on that one. We had about 4 or 5 Broken Bow Savages on the coverage, and they're able to force him out of bounds at the Bulldog, or at the Savage 37. All right, on offense, let's see if you're correct about that. Yes, we got quarterback in.
Number 2, sophomore Decaden Ford, as the clock is continuing to run. A little surprised at that during playoff ball, but coaches may have agreed upon that. So the clock is running at 2:20 right now. Ford from the shotgun, 1st and 10 on the Savage 37. Williams, before he got started, the flags come in, and it's going to be an illegal procedure call. John, you see that a lot when you have the new quarterback come in. Different sound, different cadence,
right.
different everything.
Right. It is, and you got new bodies in there, fresh bodies, and they're probably excited and eager to get in there and play. So their hearts beating. They're wanting to, do well and do the Bulldog Nation proud. Their families are sitting in the stands, supporting our whole team. So they may just be a little anxious.
Here's Tayshawn Williams over the left side, breaks one tackle and gets tackled at the 40-yard line. He thinks he has the ball, and I think I thought I saw him point that way, but no. Okay. Wagner maintains. John, was it just seeing things, or did it?
Well,
like
the ref did have one arm extended to the north, so but he didn't give the official turn and point. I guess he had to give the official turn and point with emphasis. Bulldogs in a pro set formation, shotgun, snaps a little high.
This is McFarland on that end around, and he is tackled around the helmet, and we're going to see a flag flying on that.
Not quite a horse collar, but I think he did grab the back of the helmet the way it looked, and I don't think you can do that.
Ball is at the 40. Personal foul is the horse collar tackle. So that will be a 15-yard penalty.
Gets us a first down. So, yeah, it looked a little rough there, the way they all went down. And referees thought the same thing. So that will get us right on the 25.
We are in the last minute of the third quarter as the Bulldogs now have the ball 1st and 10 on the Savage 25-yard line. Ford, the sophomore quarterback, checking in the lineup. This is him dropping back to pass.
Got plenty of time.
Flings it over to Williams. He makes the catch, and a good open field tackle by the Broken Bow Savage defender.
Yeah, it was. Number 20 saw that play, was able to read it, and step up and make a play for minimal gain for the Bulldogs. So that will bring an end to the third quarter of football. And as you know, Bulldogs will huddle up, throw the fours in the air, and we'll go to the fourth quarter.
Wagoner Bulldogs 50, Broken Bow Savages 7. As we, I think, John, safely to look ahead officially now to next week.
That is correct, even though we didn't score that quarter. We did not score. That was a scoreless quarter.
It was a scoreless quarter with about 3 possessions total.
All right.
So I believe two for Savages and 1 for the Bulldogs. So we're looking at next week the winner of Tuttle and Weatherford, I believe. I'm not sure where. Okay, 41-21 looks like the last. I appreciate that, Neil. The last score on that Tuttle-Weatherford game. And so it looks like we do have a quarter left here of play here at WL Odom Field. They have started the clock to start this fourth quarter. Bulldogs with a 2nd and 9 forward from the shotgun. He'll hand off to Williams, Tayshawn Williams, and be tackled at the 22-yard line. So we will be applying for streaming rights to the next week's game as we await the winner of the Tuttle Weatherford game. Once we get that, hopefully we will. We shouldn't have any problem doing that. Again, thanks to the generosity of Wagoner Public Schools Superintendent Randy Harris, as there is a fee that comes with the streaming of playoff games, as Stevie Brown takes this handoff across the 20 to about the 18-yard line, looking for first down yardage. But John, we will put that application in.
That's right.
And assuming that there are no difficulties there. And so we will be right here back, same place and same time. And the challenger to be announced.
All right, Bulldogs 4th and 3 here as we're going to go for it.
Stevie Brown looking for first down yardage.
Push.
And
It's going to be close.
He got to the 15-yard line, but he was going to need to get inside the 15.
Yeah, it's a kind of, as the ref steps up, it's kind of what John Madden used to always say. It's either the right foot spot or the left foot spot. So if you're the referee on the near side, if you use the left foot to spot it, he may get a first down, but looks like he used the right foot.
He needed to get inside the 15 and was stopped outside the 15. So the Savage defense has held on downs for the turnover to give the ball back to their offense. the Bulldogs, well, as many schools will be having their last week of school before the Thanksgiving break that comes next week. Pass completed to the 23-yard line, but it'll be a full week of school next week, and the second round of the playoffs happening Friday right here, WL Odom Field, 7 o'clock, and the 6:45 pregame. If you're a Bulldog fan, where here's the Savage tailback trying to make positive yards, and it's going to be some extracurricular activity as the flag thrown.
Looks like he did pick up a first down, but yeah, we had a Savage and a Bulldog on about the 37-yard line having a little extracurricular. And we'll see this on. Could be offsetting.
So if you're a Bulldog fan and trying to look on that playoff picture next week, if you will the Bulldogs on to victory, then they will be playing at a neutral site on Black Friday, the Friday after Thanksgiving. And if you are a Bulldog fan, John, it's weird to say, maybe in some views, but Wagoner Bulldogs kind of used to.
Yeah, we're used to playing around the holidays,
having a Thanksgiving evening practice and a
turkey leg.
So, again, there's a lot of football to play before that, and that's I'm careful to continue to say, if you are a Bulldog fan, obviously you're wanting to see that, and that if things go your way and the Bulldogs' way, that's the pathway of getting there. And that will be at a neutral site. Friday Night Bulldogs should be there, streaming that wherever that may be. And unfortunately, though, getting to, as the ball falls incomplete as pass, unfortunately, that state championship game, we do not have the rights.
No rights to that.
To stream that, although I'm going to try to, work some magic.
Yeah, magic. I believe in magic. I do believe in magic.
It will, if at all possible, will come at somewhat of a cost, and we may look for a donor. And I have a feeling that there will be plenty of people to contribute to that if it means that we're able to stream that. But again, there's a lot of football left before we even think about that happening.
Yeah, we just want to go 1-0 this week, 1-0, and then next week we want to go 1-0, 1-0.
Yep.
Which will make us 2-0. And just keep on keeping on.
So Rick Montgomery thinks that it's going to go like this. It's going to go Tuttle next week, Ada in the semis, and then Poto in the championship.
Okay.
So
we'll see.
You heard it right here by Mr. Rick Montgomery as the road to the 4A state championship. Bulldogs with the ball. Here's McFarland on that end around.
He's running hard.
Across the 35 to about the 32-yard line, close to first down yardage.
He's right on it.
We are 5.5 minutes away from the Bulldogs advancing to the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, Jeremy, he was able to get a first down as he ran hard over there on the right side for 10. Good job, Mr. McFarland.
And Dwayne Riff, watching from Naples, Florida tonight, as Ford scrambling around, now looking downfield.
Got it!
And was he able to pick that one up?
I think no.
Hit the ground.
Okay, he had it for just a second.
Had to come back to it and scrape it off the floor. That's Atkins on the reception, but the ball falls incomplete. Also from the class of 68, along with Jack Smalley. And
Jack was the QB, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Steve Butler running back? No, not running back.
Yeah, that's
Running
what
back?
he said. He said he was handing the ball off to him. So I know that he was an all-stater, I believe, from like the linebacking position.
Okay. Yeah.
Stevie Brown over the right side now cuts it back
Able to
to
break
his left.
free for just a second.
So again, just remind everyone that if you are looking for Friday Night Bulldog apparel, be sure to email me. You may have to scroll up a little bit in all those comments, as the chat room has been very active tonight. We're still at 453 concurrent viewers right now, watching from Naples, Florida, watching from Africa, watching from Thailand, Michigan, Wisconsin, New Hampshire. And if you've followed Friday Night Bulldogs for any length of time, some of those places you say, you know what, that sounds familiar. I know that we know that Connie Taylor's in New Hampshire. We know that Anna Dickinson is in Vermont, and keeps rolling in. So we appreciate every single one of you. Again, whether you're watching from just down the street or across the big blue.
Right. The big pond.
So Rick says that he played with Coach Page in 72.
Okay. I was just 3 years old. I remember Mom and Dad telling me a story about the Garcias, the Garcia family, which is still here in town.
Yep.
I think I want to say Roman Garcia was the name.
Yep.
I remember that Dad would have some quarterback club dinners or something, and one of the players would feed me beans and cornbread when I was 2 and 3 years old, and apparently I really liked it, and they just kept feeding me beans and cornbread when I was a little fella, little bulldog.
And Rick said that he's watching from Waynesville, North Carolina. He is the class of 72. And
Tar Heel State.
Darrell, of course, is in Hawaii, and appreciate Darrell back in that 05 team that got it all started.
That's right.
Dale Condit's first year. We actually went to Memorial Stadium in 05 to play that state championship game at the home of the Sooners. And although we fell to the Clinton Tornadoes, I believe it was 20-7 at the time, that was what started it all. And here we are, I believe, 18 seasons later, 6 gold balls later, and Darrell Parker, part of that class, getting things started.
Jeremy, I feel fortunate enough to be able to be at 5 of those 6 state championship games.
Yes, all right.
Last year's game, I did not make it, and I regret because of the way it ended on the last second kick.
Yes.
I wish I would have been there for that, but I was watching the stream. There's a touchdown over the left side.
Number 5, Stevie Brown, in for the score. Touchdown, Wagoner. As we are continuing to see the clock run, we're under 1 minute to play here at WL Odom Field. Number 5, I believe he's a sophomore tailback, Stevie Brown.
Yeah, he went in untouched on the left side there as the Bulldogs score. And then what I remember about the state championship games that we went to, the first one, all of us were there. My brothers, my mom and dad. That was in Stillwater. I remember seeing that one. So that was awesome for Dad to get to see his Bulldogs win a state championship, and I think he got to see 2 more before he passed. So we got to see 3 together.
Awesome.
And I've seen 5. So hopefully I get to see another one this year. So we press on towards the gold ball. So Jeremy, they're just letting the clock run out on this one as the Bulldogs get their 57th point of the night, and
I did not even recognize, goodness gracious, almost 2,500 views for tonight. Now, no doubt some of those are repeats or whatever,
right?
But still, 2,500 views.
That's a pretty good number.
Yeah, that's a pretty good number.
For those who keep us
450 right now, still with us as we see the teams shaking hands here. And want to give a shout out to Sarah Stewart as she saw a glimpse of her boy Isaac Smith, who is a Red Raider right now, a Wagoner grad from about maybe 2020, maybe?
Okay.
2021, I believe.
Plays for Texas Tech?
Texas Tech Raider, I believe maybe in his junior or senior year. She's caught a glimpse of him as with kind of the throwback videos on the scoreboard here.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
him and Malcolm, I think, were up there.
Yeah. Says she appreciates seeing that online. The Bulldogs are now 11-0. They're 1-0 now in playoff football. And as we've talked about, John, that won't matter next week.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess it really won't matter until tomorrow or after tomorrow.
Right.
It's not going to matter.
Right. Yeah. Well, you win in advance. That's the point of the playoffs. You keep fighting and you just get 1-0 this week, and hopefully next week we'll go 1-0 again. So the Bulldogs looking good tonight. They looked really sharp. Ran the ball well. Threw the ball well. Didn't have as many mental mistakes, I think, tonight as we had last week.
The ones we did have were pretty costly.
Yeah.
With a couple of unsportsmanlike, but besides that, the last few games for sure, we've seen penalty after penalty, a lot of holding calls, a lot of false starts,
Right.
Some blocking the backs, different things like that. So,
And I don't think we turned the ball over. I don't think we had any turnovers tonight. So
no,
good.
we didn't.
Good on that part.
So
we punted the ball once.
we thank you guys for staying with us throughout the night as we got well over 500 at one time. We're still at 419. Wagoner Bulldogs 57 to the Savages 7. Next week we will get the winner of Tuttle and Weatherford. It looked to be Tuttle going into the fourth quarter with 41-21.
Okay.
So
See if that holds up.
if that result stays, Wagoner Tuttle for about the third or fourth year in a row.
Yeah, we've seen them in the
either
playoffs
in the
consistently.
second round or in the semis. So
Right.
if things continue that way, we will be right back here at WL Odom Field on a Friday at 7 o'clock and looking for another Bulldog win, but they'll have to go through Tuttle to get it right here in Wagoner, Oklahoma. And looking forward to that matchup and hopefully a Bulldog win to lead us into Thanksgiving break.
That'd be nice. Jeremy, I just want to wish the Broken Bow fans and their families and their team, cheerleaders, band, I just want to wish them a safe trip home tonight. That is a long drive, so it will be dark as they head back home. So just pray that they have safe travels on their way home.
Absolutely. And another shout out to Bladen Medic as his favorite fans watching all the way from Germany
How about
tonight.
that?
So we do appreciate the Savage fans that weren't able to make the trip to Wagoner but did log on. We hope you enjoyed seeing some of your players given their best. It was a tall task, John, as the Savages come in 3-6, being able to win the district games that they needed.
Yeah, I think they were 3-0 in district because of something that I heard.
And
so, yeah.
and having to go up against the defending state champs,
Right.
On
home
top
field.
of that, on their home field, and it wasn't just right down the road that they had to come.
Right.
3.5, well, probably more like
Good
4
4
hours
on a bus. Yeah, you always add time on a bus.
So, yeah, absolutely echo those sentiments, John, that we hope the Savages have a safe trip home as the Bulldogs gather around the W as they do. and let the families gather around as well. So that's going to do it here for us. We appreciate the work that Garrett Haddock has done all season long behind the camera, manning our computer, and it's just been a really good night tonight, and hopefully it went well for you at home. Don't forget to spread the word. As soon as we get confirmation that we are getting the permission to stream next week's game, we'll post that information on our Friday Night Bulldogs page. We'll probably try to do it on the YouTube channel as well, make some kind of promotion there, and to get the word around. If you cannot make the game, and we know that there's just circumstances where you can't, you'll be able to still watch it here on Friday Night Bulldogs. So that's going to do it for us. Garrett Haddock, John Page next to me. This is Jeremy Holmes saying good night, and God bless America.